Hello, Dr. B. Today I will be going over a prescribed workout for a client or team member which I'm instructing. This workout will have the movements and exercises that will be given to them on the sheet. If I was to program this for them, what I will do is I will go over the list of exercises that they're performing in this workout and explain them to you while describing the movements and the planes as well as the other terms that are required in this lab. I will explain this in a setting, like I said, as if I'm giving them a workout while I describe these said movements. So, starting off, we have the sagittal plane. The first exercise to be performed for this workout will be a front raise. The front raise targets the anterior chain, as this will be hitting the front delt. The front raise will involve a flexion, okay, and it will involve an extension of the sagittal plane. Now, to perform this, you will lift the weights superior, away from the head, and then on the way back down, you will get closer to the head as we bring them down, and as it will get more inferior as it comes closer to the head in front of you, but you will lift it above your head, away from your head, and then bring it back down towards your head on the way down. Again, this is a flexion. When you get to the top, hold, pause, hold it up, and then bring it back down to extend in that same plane, sagittal plane. The second exercise that the athlete client will move on to would be sorry to have my shoes off for this one, be the calf raise, okay? Calf raise is going to target the posterior chain, which is behind you, obviously your back side. Okay, it's going to target the posterior chain. In order to perform the calf raise, you must do a dorsiflexion, get on your tippy toes, and then to control yourself, bring yourself down. I like to have, as you can see, we can't balance. I like to have a slight plantar flexion, which is the lifting of the toes, and then bring the weight back onto your heels. Hold yourself and work that calf muscle. So you plantar flex, dorsiflex, dorsiflex for the calf raise. Dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, dorsiflexion. Again, targeting the posterior chain. Moving on to the, let's see here. Moving on to the third exercise will be a basic back squat. Now, the thing with the back squat is we're going to discuss the feet for the athlete. When you're back squatting, this requires your feet to be shoulder width apart. And for the back squat, what you would like to do is have a slight lateral rotation. This is the transverse plane. And what I mean by that is with the feet, a lateral rotation, you will duck the feet out very so slightly, laterally, away from the body laterally. And then for this stance, not super ducked out, as I would say, with the lateral rotation. If this is narrow feet, laterally rotate them ever slightly to help grip the floor and dig your feet and root your feet on the squat, as well as protecting the knees. We don't want to medially rotate our feet in, as this could damage the joints and buckle our knees in together like this when we medially rotate the feet as such. Continuing on with our workout, we're now going into pronation and supination with the bicep curl and the reverse curl. Okay, the reverse curl will require the hands to be supinated. For the reverse curl, as so, supinated hand grip with the brachialis and the forearms. Pronation, okay, and your hands are as so, palms in front, and you perform the regular bicep curl. This is the long head and short head of the bicep. Once again, moving on throughout the transverse plane, okay, the next exercise on this workout would be the chest flies pull apart superset. Now, chest flies and the pull apart superset, okay, this is going to require a horizontal adduction and abduction. Okay, for the pull aparts, you will abduct, you will hands out, and you will pull the bands this way. Okay. For the horizontal adduction, you will bring the bands back in for what the chest fly. Weights out to the side, boom, chest fly, and that'll be an adduction horizontally. Now, these both require adduction and abduction, but the pull apart, obviously the adduction is more prevalent as you're pulling away and getting the restriction and the contraction. And then the chest fly, you start here, but you come here and squeeze the chest together, and you adduct through that movement in the transverse plane. Now, the movements in this superset are medial and lateral. When we do the pull apart and the abduction movement, it is also a lateral movement away from the body. When we do the chest fly and the adduction, we are doing a medial movement, bringing back to the middle median of the body. So lateral, medial. Now, the last exercises on this workout, okay, will take us to the frontal plane and will require the rest of our shoulder exercises with the lateral raise and shoulder shrug. Now, the lateral raise, sharped out to the side, okay, and this also requires a lateral abduction and adduction. So with the lateral raise, we raise our arms like a T, come up, just like that by our side, back down. So for the lateral raise, this will target an abduction, moving away from the body, and then to bring the weight back down on the eccentric contraction will be an adduction towards the body. Now, with this lateral raise, the arms are straight out to the side to give us that abduction and abduction movement. Okay, this is also a proximal and distal exercise, it's a proximal and distal movement. When you lift your arms and abduct away from the body, you will also be distal from the torso. When you adduct on the lateral raise, you are being proximal to the torso and body. Targeting this lateral raise, it's many movements, of course, with the adduction, abduction, and proximal distal. Abduction's partner is the distal movement, and the adduction is proximal to the torso. And then the last exercises are shoulder shrugs. Trap work, neck work, shoulder shrugs. And what this is simply doing, if we're going to grab the weights by our side, the athlete will shrug as so. Doing this movement is an elevation on the way up, and then on the way down is a depression. So raising raising the trap muscles and activating the scapula behind creates the elevation and the depression. It's an exercise, elevation, depression, targeting these shoulder shrugs. And that would be a workout for the athlete going through, but obviously that's not important here, but describing exercises to the athlete through these terms is my video. So thank you for watching. Until next time.